Hi everyone, it's just me, Tambari. It's been a while. Hello! So I have a lot of things to get off my chest. There have been discussions going on the internets about black women with helmet hair, with bad hair, who end up bagging, dating, marrying white men. And I have a lot to say because as a black woman, a Nigerian, who ended up marrying a white man, I feel like this concerns me. I have some thoughts as to why this phenomenon, what's the plural? I would like to express my theories on it and, just have a little discussion and get some things off of my chest because I've been seeing it everywhere. And yeah, it's just, so the stereotype out there is that black women who either rock their natural hair, really bad wigs, or just really awful helmet type stiff silk presses end up with white men. And I have two things to discuss on that. One, how and why black women end up with these so-called bad hair. And then two, how come these women with the bad hair, with the bad hair end up with white men as opposed to black men? All right, topic one, bad hair. How did we get here? Let's talk about the girlies that rock their natural hair. Some women actually do like their natural hair. They don't want to wear wigs. They don't want to wear the silk presses. They just want to wear the natural hair. Okay, so we have those women here. You have the ones who want to rock their hair, but they just don't know how to maintain, how to deal with natural hair, specifically the type 4 and kinkier type of hair textures. We weren't raised to take care of our hair. And so we are learning how to do it. We're learning how to appreciate it. Society is also learning along with us how to appreciate kinkier textures. And so there's already this societal view of kinkier hair that deems it as unkempt, untidy, it's not elegant, it's not put together. And so we already have this bias in our head that if we have our natural hair, we don't look good or we're not presentable. We have to do our natural hair in order to be accepted in society. Particularly, actually no, not even particularly, because all over the globe, black women everywhere with natural hair. For whatever reason, natural hair is just not acceptable as, done. You have videos going all around about how someone is saying don't come to my events if you're going to rock natural hair. You even have pastors saying that you can't bag a man with natural hair, that you must wear weaves, the bust downs. So already have that bias. And so you now have women who, again, they don't want to wear the wigs, or they can't wear wigs. They want to straighten their hair because straight hair is goals. Straight hair, Eurocentric hair is what is acceptable, right? And so they get the silk presses done. The thing though is that not every woman knows how to do hair, especially black women who were learning how to do our own natural hair before we were relaxed. So we didn't have to learn how to silk press natural hair. But now that we're all natural, we're learning how to silk press, and a lot of women don't know how to do. A lot of women don't know how to do their hair, and so you end up with women with really bad silk presses, the helmet hair, the stiff hair that don't move. Okay, so we have the girls who are watching. We have the girls who are rocking the natural hair that is unkempt. We have the girlies who are rocking the silk presses, right? But You know, they don't know how to really do their hair, so it's coming off as stiff, okay? So let's get on to the girlies with the bad wigs. Wigs are expensive, especially the good quality wigs. And not everybody has that coin to be spending hundreds of dollars on good wigs. The average woman does not have that affordability. Like, they can't. And so what do? They get the synthetic wigs. They go on Amazon, go to the beauty store. They get the cheap wigs. Because, again, since natural hair is totally unacceptable, they'll do everything that they can to not have that kinky texture. And so if the silk presses don't work, let's do the wigs or the weaves, right? So you end up with women, black women, who wear cheap wigs because that's what they can afford. And again, they will not wear their natural hair because it's not seen as acceptable. Anything that is close to Eurocentric hair textures is what is needed to be accepted by society. Okay, so we have 3. The natural girlies, who they're standing on like, no, I'm going to wear my natural hair. Good for you, ladies. You have the ones who are like, no, society wants straight hair. I'm going to rock straight hair, but I don't want to wear a wig. They deal with this silk press. They just don't know how to do it, and it ends up stiff. Then you have the ladies with the cheap wigs because they can't afford these $400 wigs that are out there. So you have these women with bad hair. How is it, though, that they end up with white men? The theory that's going out states that white men are attracted to black women with bad hair. But that's not it. It's more that black women with bad hair are not seen as attractive to black men. And so if these black men are attracted to her, she's going to look elsewhere. And that's how come we end up with a lot of women, black women with bad hair, with people outside of their race. It's because they're not seen as attractive to black men. That's it. There is this expectation set on black women that they must be put together, otherwise they won't be seen. They have to have the long Eurocentric hair in order to be considered attractive. Even if they have the natural hair, like the kinky hair, it always has to be absolutely put together in order to be seen. I don't know if women of other races have to deal with this unfair expectation. You have white girls walking around with messy buns, and they can get anyone they want. But a woman who dares to walk out with her kinky curls, no, not kinky coils, her teeny weeny afro, is like, oh no, she needs to get her hair done. Like, it's so unfair. And this expectation is perpetuated by black men and women. And it comes from a racist history, whereby, we had to be like white people in order for us to be accepted by society. But that was back then. We're in the 2020s now. There are spaces for us to thrive. So we don't need to cater to white people's expectation. At this point in time, black women should be allowed to present themselves how they want without being demonized and policed. And so with that being said, when a black girl doesn't step up to the expectation that black people have, where she needs to present herself like 100% hair laid, black men aren't going to check for her. But she deserves love. And so who's going to love her? People who don't care. And white people don't care. Like, they actually really don't. And I shouldn't say, this is not all white people. But they tend to celebrate mediocrity. Just go on TikTok and see the girlies who have millions of followers. There's really nothing special about these girls. They're just pretty. But they're low-key basic, doing basic things. Expectations amongst white people is extremely low versus non-whites. Non-white people, we have higher expectations of how we present ourselves in society. Whereas white people, again, the expectation is low. And so if a black girl presents herself with natural hair, with a bad wig, with a bad silk press, they don't know because they're not paying enough attention to even care. And so, yeah, that stereotype that, oh, if she has bad hair, she probably dates white dudes is there for a reason. Because a white guy probably isn't going to know the difference between her different hairstyles and how long it's even been in her hair. They're not distracted by hair because they weren't trained to. They see her face, they see like, oh, you know, she's pretty. She's talking to me, so I'm gonna give her a shot. Whereas black men, like, from the minute they see us, they are grading us top to bottom. Not all black men. But yes, they are grading us from top to bottom. How we look. Comparing us to a measuring scale that was given to them by white people in this 2020s era. So that's what a lot of black women are dealing with. We're dealing with our bodies being policed and demonized from our hair down to our toes within the black community. White people don't care. So the white people who are going to date outside of their race, and so these black women who don't live up to the standards of black beauty, they are going to be accepted by the white men who don't give a damn. And I'm happy for them. I am actually happy for these women who end up finding love, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what they're seeking. They're seeking for a partner who's going to love them and who's going to support them and who's going to make life easy for them. If a black guy isn't checking for them, why should they wait? If there are white dudes who don't care and who are willing to actually date them. But here's where I have my issue. Is that y'all now be thinking that it's only black women who don't know how to do their hair that end up with white guys. I know how to do my hair. I know how to get my hair done. But I'll tell you this. Dating a white guy is easier than dating a black guy when it comes to physical appearance and upkeep. Like, I can get away with not needing to have my hair done all the time because my husband does not care. He doesn't. If my hair is 4 weeks old, you know, and like it's looking scraggly, he's not going to judge me. And so it's a lot easier for me to get away with my messy bun, with my crazy afro or whatever. He's going to see me and be like, okay, you look good. Obviously, when you have your hair done, like they can actually tell that you've done something different and like your beauty has been enhanced. But when you are just your regular self, again, they don't care. It's a lot easier. There is less judgment. Again, this is not all white men. This is not all black men. From my dating experience, I only got attention from black American men when I did rock my straight wigs and it was laid properly. When I wore my natural hair or the bad wigs, the attention from black American men dropped. Even from Nigerian men sometimes, it dropped. And what was left were men of other cultures and races. So yeah, if you see a woman who rocks her natural hair more often than not, who doesn't really have a good silk press on, or can only afford cheap wigs, she's going to most likely end up with a guy outside of the black race, because those are the ones who are still giving her attention. I will say this though, there was a specific type of Black American man that was checking for me whenever I did wear my natural hair. And I was like the Hotep, Hebrew Israelites type guys. And I'm just not compatible with those people. But I did get attention from Black men, but they were just Black men of a certain type of school of thought. This topic just brings further proof of Black women being treated unfairly within the community. Like, Black women cannot exist without offending anyone. And it's bloody annoying. Anyways, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this and my theories. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you know any Black women, or you are that Black woman who doesn't know how to do their hair, or their hair doesn't look like what Black people think it should look like, and you're dating a white man, like let me know your story in the comments. I definitely have people in my life, like Black women, who are like, I look at their hair, I'm just like, but they're white people. And so like when this conversation came up, I'm like, damn it. I know these Black women. I know too many of them, but there's a reason why. And I've shared the reason why. So anyways, that's it for now. In the meantime, I will catch you guys later in my next video. Bye.